Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Alright, so I just got a message that Kubrat Pulev will be making his ring return either March 27th or March 28th. And according to the article that I was reading, I had to put it in Google Translate. I will leave that article in the description box, and you can click on it and read it and come to your own surmise about it. But it says March 27th or March 28th. Says he's supposed to be fighting an American. This according to the article that I was reading. And, I was trying to see who can he possibly fight. I know he's the mandatory for the IBF, so I don't expect too tough of a challenge for him. But I was trying to just think of some guys, maybe like a Tony Thompson. But then some of the guys he's already fought, like Tony Thompson. I was thinking Derek Rossi maybe. Did he fight Joey Abel? I'm not sure who Pulev is going to fight as far as it being an American. Somebody asked me, would it be Jarrell Miller or Bryant Jennings? I'm not sure. I don't think Pulev would take a challenge like that. Not to say that he couldn't beat those guys, but just run the risk of fighting somebody like that. Kind of ironic because I want Luis Ortiz to fight Jarrell Miller, and he has a WBA mandatory slot. But I just think Pulev is just going to just get some rounds in and just, kind of coast it until he gets his IBF mandatory spot or shot, rather. Pulev's last fight was against Samuel Peter. They pulled him out of nowhere. I was not expecting Samuel Peter to be his opponent in December. And then he had that fight with Derek Chisori, won a split decision. So I'm not sure who this opponent's going to be, man. I'm thinking maybe just a journeyman level guy. Somebody that probably gave him some rounds, maybe an Avery Gibson type. I was even thinking like maybe Eric Molina, if he does want to step up and just take on, some competition. I was thinking Eric Molina, Chris Ariola, but he was talking about having a fight in Bulgaria or Germany. So I was thinking which American is known to travel. Eric Molina is what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure, man. I'm just speculating and trying to guess and trying to put, I'm trying to put him in there with somebody that's at least some competition. But if it's not any of those guys, it will most likely be a journeyman level type of fighter. All right. So, but when I was reading the article on Google Translate, it started off by saying he'll be back in the ring late April. But then when they went to the quotes from Kubrat, he said March 27th. It's either March 27th or March 28th will be his ring return. All right. So that was according to that article. All right. Now, and then also heard that Mariusz Wach is going to fight Erkan Teper March 18th. All right. Now, should be an interesting fight. I'm curious to see what these guys look like in this fight because I understand what the official records say, but you can argue that Mariusz Wach lost his last fight to Marcelo Nascimento. I watched that fight 2 different times. The first time I just watched it, and the second time I watched it again because the first time I had Nascimento winning. Then I watched it again. I just think he just outworked Wach. He was busier. Wach was just so slow and plodding in that fight, man. I thought Nascimento controlled the rhythm of the fight. Thought he outlanded him. I just thought he outboxed him and won that fight. But they gave it to Mariusz Wach. All right, and then before that he lost to Povetkin. So you can arguably say that he lost his last 2 fights, man. And you could say the same for Erkan Teper. Now, he did lose officially by a split decision to Christian Hammer. But even the Derek Rossi fight, I watched that fight once. I just watched that one once. And I thought Rossi pulled it off. I thought he outworked Teper. Teper just looked very slow and plodding. Doesn't look nearly as explosive as he used to. Just his last 2 fights has just been kind of like, as far as the performance-wise. But it's going to be an interesting fight between him and Wach, man. They just, last 2 fights, just in my opinion, they've just looked real slow, not really explosive, and just look slow pulling the trigger, man. Just my opinion, but this could be a breakthrough victory for one of them. I would favor Teper in the fight. I would think that he has more left. And right now, Wach just seemed like it's hard for him to get his punches off. He's been in there with some formidable opponents. Mariusz Wach has, so. But hey, a victory by one of these guys in a fight like this can get them back where they need to be, get their name back out there. Wach now, he could have fought Ajay Kabayel, what was that, last month or 2 months ago? Whenever Kabayel fought for that EBU title, when Kabayel fought Herb Hubo, Hubo was a replacement for Wach. Wach was supposed to fight Kabayel for that EBU title, and then I believe he pulled out because of an injury, and then they just replaced Wach with Hubo, and then Kabayel fought him. But yeah, man, so I believe it was an injury why he pulled out of the fight with Kabayel. So I'm curious to see Wach and Teper in this fight and see how it's going to play out, man. But I'll favor Teper. I just think he has a little bit more left in the tank, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Because they just both have just looked not good in their last few fights. But I just wanted to get that little piece of news out there, man, about Wach fighting Erkan Teper March 18th. And be on the lookout for Kubrat Pulev to make his ring return March 27th or March 28th. All right. I believe the link to that Pulev story in the description box. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.